The Online Student.
Original content specially designed for the May 2026 examination session. IB Economics SL and HL, Paper 2. Question:
Moldova.
Text A. Moldova's economic structure and performance. Moldova is a landlocked Eastern European economy with a population of about 2.5 million and fertile black soil ideal for agriculture, particularly grains, wheat, corn, sunflower seeds, and grapes for wine production. Agriculture contributes 7 to 9% of GDP, but employs 31% of the workforce. The economy faces challenges from extreme weather events like 2022-2023 droughts that reduced agricultural output by 25 to 30%. The manufacturing sector, food processing, textiles, machinery, accounts for 17% of GDP and employs 13% of the workforce. Services, ICT, trade, transport, accounts for the largest share of GDP at 62% and employs about 55% of the workforce. Paragraph 2. Real GDP growth slowed from 13.9% in 2021 to negative 4.6% contraction in 2022 due to energy import crisis and drought, recovered to 1.2% in 2023 and slowed down again to 0.1% in 2024. The real GDP growth is projected to be about 1.7% for 2025. Nominal GDP rose from US $13.7 billion in 2021 to US $18.2 billion in 2024 amid inflation pressures. Unemployment stayed low at 3.1 to 4.6% in the period 2020 to 2024, with youth unemployment also low in the range of 1.78% to 3.99% in the same period, although there appears to be skills mismatches in the ICT and manufacturing sectors. Text B. Trade, external position, and macroeconomic challenges. Paragraph 3. Moldova's largest trading partners are Romania, 35% of exports, Ukraine, Italy, Germany, and Russia. Exports fell from US $3.4 billion in 2021 to US $2.3 billion in 2022 before recovering to US $3.6 billion in 2024, mainly agro-food, textiles, wine, while imports remain stable at $7 to $9 billion annually, energy, machinery, vehicles, creating persistent trade deficits. Net current transfers, remittances from EU migrants, averaged $1.8 to $2 billion yearly, offsetting deficits alongside net income outflows. Paragraph 4. The Moldovan lei, MDL, depreciated from 17.5 MDL per US dollar in 2021 to 19.0 MDL per US dollar in 2024, amid energy import costs from Russia/Gazprom, 70% electricity pre-2023, and Ukraine disruptions. Inflation peaked at 28.7% in 2022, energy/food shock, before disinflating to 13.4% 2023 and 4.7% 2024, though fuel prices rose from 22 MDL per liter to 28 MDL per liter. Budget deficits narrowed from 5.5% of GDP 2021 to 3.8% of GDP 2024, and government debt stabilized at 35% of GDP with EU foreign aid support. C. Human Development, Policies, and Sustainability. Paragraph 5. In the Human Development Report 2025, Moldova ranks 86th in HDI, 0.785, high human development, but lower in IHDI, 0.719, due to inequality. Gini index stands at 36.2, 2023. While considered moderate worldwide, it is higher than the EU Gini index at 29.6, 2023. Literacy is 99.4%, but female high school graduation lags at 85% versus 92% males. Vocational training expanded in 2021-2024 for ICT/agri-tech skills amid shortages in the digital and manufacturing sectors. Child mortality fell from 12.5 per 1,000 2021 to 10.8 per 1,000 2024, and maternal mortality is about 15 per 100,000, with EU-funded hospitals, 2 new-built 2022-2024. The country has about 3.2 doctors per 10,000 people. Paragraph 6. Government policies include free vocational education, 2022 Digital Nation Strategy, and healthcare digitalization that supports SDG 8 decent work via EU Association Agreement targeting youth employment. Gender equality, SDG 5, is advanced through Electoral Code No. 325/2022, adopted in 2023, which mandated a minimum representation quota of 40% for both genders on candidate lists for both parliamentary and local elections. Clean water and sanitation, SDG 6, has reached 88% rural via World Bank projects. Paragraph 7. The energy mix stands at 70% from imported gas/electricity, Russia/Ukraine, 20% hydro, and 5% biomass/solar. The share of electricity from renewable sources reached 9.2% in 2023 and jumped to over 16% in 2024. Moldova has secured significant external financing for energy interconnections and projects. The government launched tenders in 2024 for 165 megawatts of new capacity, 60 megawatts solar, 105 megawatts wind, attracting approximately 190 to 200 million euros in investments. To attract these investments, the government introduced new support schemes, including replacing net metering with net billing for small producers from January 1, 2024, and offering 15-year fixed tariffs for mid-sized and large projects via auctions. The main national goal, included in the National Integrated Energy and Climate Plan for 2025-2030, is to achieve a minimum of 30% renewable energy share in total electricity consumption by 2030. Moldova has committed to an ambitious economy-wide target of a 71% reduction of its net GHG emissions by 2030 compared to 1990 levels. Paragraph 9. However, infrastructure continues to lag. Rural roads are only 30% paved, the rail network is aging, and there is still unreliable electricity, with only 80% coverage. Yet, 4G telecommunication covers 95% of the country, and fiber internet is expanding via EU funds. The ease of doing business rank improved to 48 out of 190 in 2023. FDI opportunities continue for Moldova in information and communication technology, agro-processing, and renewables, attracting MNCs like Orange and Heineken, needing digital and agri-skills. Table 1. Select macroeconomic indicators for Moldova. Table 2. Sectoral and development indicators. Questions. A1. Define the term unemployment. Text A, paragraph 2. 2 marks. A2. Define the term Gini index. Text C, paragraph 5. 2 marks. B1. Using the data in Table 1, calculate the per capita GDP nominal in 2024. 2 marks. B2. Using the data in Table 1, calculate the percentage change in the value of the Moldova lei from 2021 to 2024, stating whether it has appreciated or depreciated. 3 marks. C. Using an ADAS diagram, explain how the energy import crisis and drought, text A, paragraphs 1 and 2, affected real GDP and the general price level in 2022. 4 marks. D. Using a foreign exchange market diagram for the Moldovan lei, explain how falling exports in 2022, text B, paragraph 3 and table 1, could affect the exchange rate against the US dollar. 4 marks. E. Using a Lorenz curve diagram, explain income inequality in Moldova using the Gini index data and sectoral employment differences. Table 2. 4 marks. F. Using a PPC diagram, explain how education reforms and infrastructure investments, text C, paragraphs 5 to 8, could contribute to long-term economic development. 4 marks. G. Using information from the text and data and your knowledge of economics, discuss the macroeconomic policies Moldova could implement to achieve stable economic growth and support SDG 7, affordable and clean energy, and SDG 9, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. 15 marks. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe.